Hi, I'm a SAS Madmoro, as you can see here. That's a picture of the ugly person himself. Right, this is just a quick tutorial and stuff about putting MAME in a front end, and also just showing you a few sites and where you can get around stuff. Okay, so this is my site. Basically, in my favourites, it'll have stuff like how to install MAME, Ducade, how to install certain systems on HYPERSPIN. So a lot of the good stuff is in my favourites. How to do Xpadder, blah 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 blah. They're just basically links from what other people are doing. But in the near future, I'll be doing mine as soon as I get this new computer sorted. Right. So basically, on the left-hand side of all my site, you will see all these links. EMU movies. That's where you can get all the little movies and little clips for your front end. HYPERSPIN. That is the front end itself, and there's quite a few help links in there and how to set it up. MAME addicts, anything to do with MAME, any problems or anything like that, just check out that website, it's really good. And Ducade, that's the thing that I'm going to be starting on very soon, adding music videos into into the system to make it look like an arcade, little Duke arcade video machine, basically. And all these down here, it's got Mugin, MAME developments, all sorts, Xpadder, how to put in joypad, system 16, different kind of control, arcade systems, and a supermodel. That's a new one. So basically this is my site. It's got a few documentaries and stuff in there if you want to have a look at them. So I won't go too much onto that. Alright, get rid of that. Right, the next thing, this is my mate's site, Circo. He does all the little clips like I was saying, and this is his little site. As you can see there, emmovies.com. And you can get all your little clips there and join the FTP, which will give you even more. So next one we'll go on to is HYPERSPIN. HYPERSPIN, this is the front end. This is the part that makes your machine look like a proper arcade. There's people doing themes and all sorts all the time. Working project. HYPERSPIN 2.0 is coming out soon, and these are on my friends list. This is the main guy, the big bad boy. Yeah, he's the guy who'd sorted out HYPERSPIN. He's also bad. He's a good lad. All these people on here are people who have helped me, or they're doing stuff to do with HYPERSPIN. Darcy's one of the big guys who's always in the background doing stuff. Hypnosis, young kid, bit of a whiz kid. This guy's helped me out loads, so I've got full respect for this guy. There's one person who isn't here, is Rhonda, and Rhonda does a lot of the themes, and for HYPERSPIN. Also, Bad, he does a lot of the HYPERSPIN kind of wheels and stuff, and all the themes. So, Cool Breeze, pretty good. Okay, so there are just a few of the people who I know from HYPERSPIN who are always busy doing stuff to make it bigger and better. So, anyway, I'm not going to dwell on all this kind of stuff. Carry on. MAME addicts, this is the main forum, so you can just come in here at any time, need help, pop in there. There's also fun stuff and everything like that, so you can get little discussions going on. It's a very popular thing, as you can see. UK is put in there. Alright, so we'll go by all this now, and I'm going to show you how to put a front end into HYPERSPIN, which is going to be MAME. I'm not going to run HYPERSPIN because basically it will crash it when I'm using Cam Studio. So I will just show you basics, how and what you need to kind of set everything up. Okay, mine runs from a removable 3 terabit hard drive. Yep, so as you can see, it's a removable. I'll just make this bigger so you can see it even better. So that's mine. Everything I do comes from there in HYPERSPIN. So this will be a plug-in and play any machine. As you can see, I've got Xpadder already in there. So if I started Xpadder, double click on that, you can see it's all set up for like an Xbox controller, which I can move around now. You can see there that I can do stuff with it. So that's all set up for an Xbox controller. So I can plug it into basically anybody's PC, which is the idea. Right, but moving on. As you can see, this is the HYPERSPIN main HYPERSPIN folder, which I use. This is my kind of setup. Right, so what you've got to make sure is that everything is basically the same name. and it's named the same, from your ROMs, your XML, you know, and even your emulator, how it's named. So you can normally find that in settings. So if you go into settings, you can see all these systems. So make sure that the first folder that you're going to do, so for instance, we're going to do MAME today. So MAME has to be all in capitals like that. It has to be the same if you're going to make everything the same. So we'll go back. So in there, I will need to make a folder named MAME in exactly the same as that, which is already there, which I've done. In that folder will be a subfolder with all your MAME, what you've downloaded in. So if you double click on there, as you can see, this is what you get when you properly download MAME. You can see there's ROM files there, that has to be renamed ROMs, and you can see the executables. Yep, applications. Boom, that'll start the actual thing going. Yep, and we'll just go into ROMs. I'm just going to show you a few ROMs down here. So if you can see all these names there, in an XML, they must be named exactly the same as an XML file. Yeah, or else it won't run. Yeah. So we'll go back out of here, and you might be thinking, oh, what's an XML file? Well, yeah, in databases. Blah blah blah. So we're going into MAME. So click on there, you'll see these. There you go, MAME again. This is going to be your XML. So we're going to have a little look inside it, see what it says. And what it'll have, so I'll put edit. This will have all mine which I have, and as you can see, we don't need that. It's got all the games which I have, and it's been edited, so these will be exactly the same as if we go back into the ROMs. So we've got emulators, MAME, ROMs. So for instance, we'll go for, I'll just go for an easy one, 1942, 1943. So they should be exactly the same as the XML. Yeah. There you go. You just saw that. There we go. So 1943, 1944, 1949. These are all exactly the same. If they aren't the same, if you've got a space there, or USA or Euro, it needs to be all the same, exactly the same as what's there. It's easy. Once you've got everything named, right, it will work. It's absolutely easy. So we'll come back out there. And that's just right. So once you've got your little folder set up like this, so if you're using this front end HYPERSPIN, like I say, you need your emulators folder. There should be a MAME, which has got to be capitals because it's the same as the system thing back there. And then you go in there, and there's your MAME again. What you've downloaded, all this should be in there. Your ROMs folder, your MAME executable, yeah. So now we want this thing to work. We could work it from here now, and the application would start because of the ROMs and everything. It would all start. But I want to show you just quickly through the front end. Right. So now after we've got everything set up in there, we've got a little MAME. We need to go to HYPE. This is where you set it all up. The paths. The paths are quite important to make sure they're directed right. And there's extensions, different extensions to files. So some of them could be CDIs, bin, zip, you know. But in this case, there will be zip files. MAME uses basically zip files, right? So here we go. We need to go into wheel settings, and then we're going to choose a wheel. Yep. So we're going to choose a wheel. We'll have all the systems already written down. Yeah, you can see them already. And you see in capitals again, it's got MAME. Yeah. So we're going to click on that. And there we go. You see, mine's already set up. Because it's a removable, my drive is called an E. Yeah, and that's all you need. You don't need any fancy stuff. If it's a C drive, then you might have C, home computer, blah, 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 blah. Right. As you can see, my computer's old and I'll keep popping up saying, do you want to configure it? But we don't. Right, so make sure that the extension, in this case for MAME, it's a zip file. Yeah. Others will be different, like I've said. The executable, yeah. So basically, this is where it starts from. At the moment, I'm already in MAME, but so This is where it starts. If it's on your computer or desktop, you start it from there. So mine it would be computer, because it's outside of the main computer. It's a removable. Click in there. Then I go into my emulators. Remember, this is for where your executable is from. MAME. See there? There it is. When I click on there and open, it will show my extension exactly the same as it was before. Now we're going to find the ROMs. Exactly the same. Going into exactly the same place. Oh, sorry. Yep, so we've gone. Madmoro. There we go. Emulators. And we're going into the same place. Because it's MAME, we need to go into MAME, and then we'll find the ROMs little folder. And there she is. There we go. Okay, and then OK. And that's set up. Basically, zip, everything there, HYPERSPIN. If you want to add controllers, you can see joystick. Mine's already enabled because I use something, my Xbox controller. But basically that's set up now, so you could start that and the application would start. I'm not going to because this computer's a bit slow and I'm in the process of buying a new computer. But if you need any help or whatever, just catch me on MAME Addicts or EMU Movies or even HYPERSPIN. I will try my best to help you. If you've got any questions, just let me know. It's fine. Okay. Bye for now, and I hope it helped you. Please post and say if it was. Thank you. Bye. Front end, HYPERSPIN. That is the front end itself, and there's quite a few help links in there on how to set it up. MAME Addicts. Anything to do with MAME, any problems or anything like that, just check out that website, it's really good. And Ducade, that's the thing that I'm going to be starting on very soon, adding music videos into into the system to make it look like an arcade, little Duke arcade video machine, basically. Hi, I'm a SAS Madmoro, as you can see here. That's a picture of the ugly person himself. Right, this is just a quick tutorial and stuff about putting MAME in a front end, and also just showing you a few sites and where you can get around stuff. Okay, so this is my site. Basically, in my favourites, it'll have stuff like how to install MAME, Ducade, how to install certain systems on HYPERSPIN. So a lot of the good stuff is in my favourites. How to do Xpadder, blah blah blah. They're just basically links from what other people are doing. But in the near future, I'll be doing mine as soon as I get this new computer sorted. Right. So basically, on the left-hand side of all my site, you will see all these links. EMU Movies. That's where you can get all the little movies and little clips for you. And all these down here. It's got Mugin, MAME developments and all sorts. Xpadder, how to put in joypad, system 16 different kind of arcade systems, and a supermodel. That's a new one. So basically, this is my site. It's got a few documentaries and stuff in there if you want to have a look at them. So we won't go too much onto that. Right, get rid of that. Right, the next thing. This is my mate's site, Circo. He does all the little clips, like I was saying, and this is his little site. As you can see there, emuvies.com. And you can get all your little clips there and join the FTP, which will give you even more. So next one we'll go on to is HYPERSPIN. HYPERSPIN, this is the front end. This is the part that makes your machine look like a proper arcade. There's people doing themes and all sorts, all